Good day, Sir Manalo. We are the legit group from Pharma 17. And today we are going to react to a reaction video about Malala and give our insights afterwards.
So I agree with what Rebecca said, that not all teenagers are aware of what is happening in the world. And just like here in the Philippines, not all teenagers are aware of the injustice that is happening here in our country.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I would like to add, Malala's example must be our guiding principle. Her bravery, her initiative, and her passion for standing up on what she believes is right, just like what Morgan said.
I also agree on Morgan's statement about the struggle in going to school, because some of us, or almost all of the students, take education for granted, and Malala's passion and courage has changed the future generations' lives and the sick system of the world.
We stand with Labib and Malala for the different kinds or forms of oppression, may it be racial or gender discrimination that they face since childhood. These different kinds of injustices has long been in the minds of Middle Eastern individuals and has long been propagated by the state apparatuses of and by the government.
That the correlation between Labib and Malala is that there is stereotypical branding. That the Taliban is socially stereotyping Malala and other females that they are not fit for education and only for housework. That the racial stereotyping of Muslims like Labib, that if you are a Muslim in any part of the world, you are branded as a terrorist. And you are the terrorist doing these oppressions.
As what Habdusser said, he was bullied in high school saying he was a terrorist. Racial stereotyping, one of the effects of fear due to terrorism, where the innocents are affected because of their atrocious actions, and it is happening every now and then.
In addition to what he said, we as youth should stop doing racial stereotyping and let's give support to Malala. And as teenagers, we should still give awareness to everyone who still doesn't know what is happening in Pakistan.
Youth is the constituent of the largest percentage of the world's population. Being a significant group in the world, I think it is really important that we are aware of the happenings in our society. As they always say, knowledge is power, and we all know that information has never been scarce to us with the help and presence of different social media platforms. Since we have this power in our generation, I think it is both our right and responsibility to use it properly. We must use this in spreading awareness and not a source of false news or any blob of nonsensical ideas.
First off, there are pretty much two things that I have discerned from watching the video. Number one, the struggle of women are stemming from the feudal and patriarchal systemic oppression. And we should always therefore grasp the root causes of things in order to solve the problem. Lastly, we, as a part of the youth sector, should always take part in fighting for democracy, in being involved in the integration of the basic masses, farmers, workers, LGBT sector, the women's sector, the national minorities. And we should always study, comprehend, and see that we all must fight for national democracy.
Okay, so one thing that I realized while watching the video is that I should be grateful for the life that I have right now, because not everyone has the same opportunity to study. I complain every day before going to school, but I only have to fight my laziness and my thoughts. But those girls in Pakistan have to fight for their life, have to risk their life every day in order for them to study. So as a teenager, I think being woke or being aware of the issues happening around you actually gives you an advantage already. And now that I'm exposed to these issues, then I can educate everyone around me, encouraging them to make a stand and do something about it.
As a citizen of the Philippines, it is undeniable that many of us Filipinos have minds that is subjugated by fear of other religion because of war and terrorism. As a youth from this country, we should do something to lessen this fear induced by the consequences of terrorism. We should lead virtuous acts and make upright decisions for the good of all, especially to the youth who are silenced by violence. It is also necessary for us to take courage to fight for the innocents affected by terrorism. We should keep in mind that it's not only for us who are threatened that are affected, but also the innocent ones that are victims of stereotyping. Because of the hate produced by the vicious deeds of terrorism, the youth should take courage in higher degree and break barriers that keeps us from being united to protect and give a better future to all.
We, youth, is capable of turning the power of social media into a weapon and somehow use them as a medium of expression about their own thoughts and opinions. This irresponsible act is something that we should take seriously, and because all of us deserves to know nothing but the truth regarding the social and political happenings in our country.
The Philippines is a country that is also threatened by terrorism, and yet the youth here is still aggravating the effects of this terrorism by spreading this false news in social media. Spreading this false news does not do any good to our community. Not only does it give the religion Islam a bad name, but it's also giving the Muslim people a bad image. What we should do instead of spreading this false news, let us just spread awareness and give support to what is happening in Pakistan.
As part of the youth living in the Philippines that is equally threatened by terrorism, we have the power to be the catalyst that awakens the fire of awareness that burns through every one of us, or the power to limit, mitigate, or kill this flame by the hands of the youth alone. Through the use of social media or through interactions between individuals, we have the power to mitigate these threats made by these terrorists by being firm and through empowering one another not to be affected by these threats and stand with those individuals who are being threatened, who are feeling scared and lost. We have the power to be the change that the world wants to see. And that's it for our reaction video. And again, we are the Legit Group. Goodbye and thank you.